Margaret reached across the table, her hand hovering for a moment before resting lightly on his. Daniel didn't pull away. It wasn't forgiveness. Not yet, but it was a beginning. Later that morning, Daniel stepped out onto the porch. The street was quiet, the ocean glinting in the distance. For the first time in years, he felt the pull of this place, not as a reminder of what he'd lost, but as a place where something new could grow. He turned back to see Margaret in the doorway, the faintest smile on her face. "You'll stay a few days?" she asked. Daniel nodded. "Yeah, a few days. It was enough for now." Sometimes the hardest conversations are the ones we keep putting off. We tell ourselves there will be a better time, when things are calmer, when we're ready. But life has a way of moving forward, whether we speak or not. For 12 years, Margaret and Daniel lived with silence between them. It was easier than facing the pain head on, or at least it felt easier. But silence has a cost. It can harden into distance, and that distance can turn into a wall. In their case, one unplanned letter became the crack in that wall. It didn't solve everything, didn't erase the past, but it opened a door. And sometimes, opening the door is enough to let the light back in. Maybe there's someone in your life right now, a parent, a sibling, a friend with whom you've stopped speaking. Maybe the reason feels justified. Maybe you've convinced yourself it's too late. But what if it's not? What if they're waiting for a sign from you, the way you've been waiting for a sign from them? We can't rewrite history. We can't undo the words we've said or the choices we've made. But we can choose the next words. We can choose to reach out, even if our voice shakes. Margaret didn't know if Daniel would read her letter. Daniel didn't know if showing up at her door would make any difference. Both of them took the risk anyway. And because of that, they've got something rare, a second chance. If you're holding on to a letter you've never sent, a phone call you've never made, a truth you've never spoken, maybe today is the day. Not because you know exactly how it will go, but because you know how it feels to carry the weight of silence. Reach out before the time to do so quietly slips away.